Why did my face die? I don't know why I stretched and then my face died, but that's okay. Well, hello. Hello. How are we all doing today? Excuse me. Well, you know what? It's okay. Oh, that's the wrong side. There we go. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Life's good. How are we all doing today? Yes, so today we're going to, because yesterday last night actually, I put out a short article on the nature of the people claiming that there's victory for democracy in, you know, like in the runoff in Turkey and in Thailand, and I put out a short article disabusing that notion, just to bring everyone back down to reality, right? And that spawned a rather interesting conversation that, you know, completely passed me by because I was asleep, right? Like, unlike you lot, I sleep at a civilized time and I enjoy my napping, even though I only sleep 6 hours a day. But that's, you know, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand why we had that discussion, and so today I wanted to talk a little bit about autocracy, oligarchies, the slide into illiberal rule, and the difficulty of coming out of illiberal rule. Remember, because I have maintained this forever, that for a functioning free country requires, absolutely, the fundamental requirement is a functioning and impartial judiciary, and that does not happen, right? And when we look at aid going to developing nations, we see that aid doesn't go towards building, or it goes towards, like, oh, fair elections. But what does fair elections really mean if the courts aren't impartial and efficient, right? I need to add this in first. Nothing really works until the judiciary is impartial and efficient. Western aid has not been focused on this. One other thing, and I kind of understand why, right? I kind of understand why. To not appear to lord it over other countries, it requires that countries reform their judiciary themselves. But this is fundamentally not probable. Let's go with that. We have seen Ukraine today come out and explain about rampant corruption in the Supreme Court, right? And remember, literally last week, and pure coincidence, I'm sure, it's not like I'm running a secret world government, like, no. Let's be completely honest, okay? Let's be completely honest. Let me add this in. What time is it? It's at 4:30. If Kinsho were running a secret world government, our lives would all be much better. Just straight up, 100%. Okay? Just accept that as fact. When literally last week, I wrote a piece about this. Actually, let me go find the piece and link it here. Hold on. I don't want the Imperial Patek. Kinsho, what was it? Substack. That's right. That's the place I was using. Why is it showing me? Excuse me? When I Google it, I see my YouTube channel, but I do not see my Substack account, which is super weird. Anyway, that's fine. No. I remembered the thing. Immediate Ukrainian judicial reform, May 11th, 2023. Right? This is as topical as it can get. Anyway, so that's the point. That's the point. That autocrats, taking a further step back, we're talking about Ukrainian judicial reform. We're talking about how Western aid has not focused on this, but it should. Let me add that in. Therefore, the West should focus on judicial reform before anything else. And I've given sort of a quasi blueprint to do this, right? Train judges in the West, fund the impartial courts with judges trained on proper on laws in with these judges. Give it 5 years for a public prosecution system to establish itself, and then everything follows from here. But if you don't start with this, nothing will happen. It just will not. There is no way, right? Anyway, and the reason for this, I'm going to just tab this down and move them up, because, and we come to today's thesis statement, autocrats do not need to win, right? They only need to not lose. And that is very, very, very key to this. And I appreciate that win and not lose can, to the uneducated, like some of you that are talking about it right now, to some of you, winning and not losing can sound like the same thing, but they are not, right? And obviously, once, like I'm sure that most of you, oh, that might have been too loud. Okay, I'm sure that most of you who are currently mocking me for saying that win and not lose are the same thing, are actually do understand the nuance between them, right? On one side, winning means that you have gotten an outright majority, that you have created, that you have taken your pitch to the people. We're talking about democracies and election now. That you have taken your pitch to the people and they have agreed with you. Whereas not losing only requires a plurality, right? Not losing only requires a minimum plurality. And as long as that you control a minimum plurality, and this varies depending on systems, depending on society, depending on societal makeup, so we're not really going to delve into what is the minimum plurality, but we're going to talk about the fact that a minimum, excuse me? Oh, I see, okay. A minimum plurality is not the same thing as a majority, obviously, right? That's, I mean, by definition. But, and so when we're talking about Turkey, when we're talking about Thailand, those were the two examples that I used yesterday. We are not talking about the fact that, you know, the opposition has made great strides, in fact, right? But the autocratic powers in both countries still control enough of the plurality that in the end, I do not think it matters that much. We will see how it works out in Thailand. I will not make firm predictions for Thailand, but I do not think Turkey will have a democratic reawakening, because not only that, the okay, let's first get to this. Turkey, right? Example. The opposition is united in only one respect, not Erdogan, right? And this is exactly what brought down the pre-2023 Bibi Israeli government, where the only thing that united them was not Netanyahu, right? And so that really means that all Netanyahu needed to do was not lose, and he lost when they were united, right? But this dissolved almost as quickly as it was formed, and our boy is back, right? And so he didn't lose the second time, and therefore now he remains prime minister. Now, whether he will lose sort of in the long term because he's depending on almost like militant extremists to keep in power, that's a different story. This is not a long-term question, but rather authoritarian and illiberal governments only need to not lose the next election. That is all they really have to worry about in these quasi-democratic countries, right? And I kind of include Israel in quasi-democratic countries just because Netanyahu has been in power for so long, right? So it sort of is what it is tautologically. Anyway, so that's exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about the Turkish government, or what's his face? I can't pronounce his name, and therefore I keep forgetting what his name is. A Turkey opposition presidential. It starts with K. Kemal yeah. Okay. I'm going to butcher this name, so I'm not going to say it. But I'm just gonna paste it in here. My boy Kemal, everyone's named after Atatürk, of course. No, I'm just anyway. I will say, I will say that's actually a sort of whole other question, and quite has my my respect, right? Like, oh wait, what? You don't know who? Okay, so Mustafa Kemal Atatürk is the founder of modern day Turkey. So when the Ottoman Empire sort of collapsed, this was the man that sort of held together the rump of the most important parts of the Ottoman Empire. I don't want to say most important, but the portion of the Ottoman Empire that was core to its holdings, right? So Turkey, which is more modern day Turkey. Anyway, completely irrelevant. Yes, I should note that down. What time was it? 13. Let's say 30. Mustafa Kemal. I don't have the. Hold on. I need to just like. Okay. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. That created modern day Turkey out of the dissolving Ottoman Empire. Right? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so this is fine. Has done amazingly given Erdogan's control over the state. But what was it? I think it was like 49.5%. Let me just go double check the numbers. What are the results? Percentages. Fine. We'll go Alter 0. Should be fine. How much is it? Yeah, 49.5. I was right. 49.5 versus 44.89% is striking, given how badly Erdogan has managed that. Or not even badly. Just I'm not even going to comment on it. It's just that economy. Given how Erdogan has economy, I can't spell for the life of me. Anyway, so that is sort of the point, right? Like that oh, there we go, has managed that economy, and so that's sort of the question here, that when the next round comes along, are we assuming that everybody who votes, right? Because obviously, what, 5.17% voted for a third party candidate, 0.44% voted for a different third party candidate, and so the question is, in this situation, if these people didn't vote for the consensus opposition candidate, if the rest of the voters didn't vote for the consensus opposition candidate in consensus in an election everyone knew mattered the most, will they do so in the second round? And the question, my personal answer is, Kinsho thinks probably not. Some of them will, and some will vote Erdogan, right? And when that happens, 49.5 to 50 is a much smaller jump than 44.89 to 50, right? And you can kind of see this already because they lost this, right? As of today, the opposition coalition has already started reassigning blame to external factors and trying to shift it away from themselves. And this is a very human thing to do, right? But when we talk about this, like, it isn't what the average people will not be impressed by this, right? Like, we can sit here and debate a sort of Russian interference in the elections. We can sit here and talk about the fact that certain let me just move my camera a little bit. There we go. We can sit here and talk about the fact that what time is it? Oh, do I have to go soon? Oh, we still have 10 minutes. Good. We can sit here and talk about the fact that certain aspects. Excuse me, where's my face? Come on. Hello? Okay. Oh, I see. So do I need to do it like that a little bit? Does that help? Maybe? Okay. Whatever. So we can sit here and debate about all of these things. Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. Let me add amplitude a little bit too. Okay. Right, and these are all important fundamentals for us to consider. But the average person, the average voter, and we know this for a fact, the average voter does not care about 85% of fundamentals, right? Like, average voter simply does not have the overhead to care about 85% of fundamentals, especially with inflation destroying their value. Right? And inflation destroying their value is not like inflation destroying your value in the United States, where, you know, you're sitting at like 6% and you're going, oh no, the world's going to end, no, we can't afford anything. These people are sitting on inflation that's 80%. Actually, what is Turkish inflation right now? Hold on. I'm giving bad numbers. Oh, come on, fucking Google. Why are you not giving this? $44%. Okay. Right. So 44%. Is that Reuters? Okay. I'm going to just look at Reuters. It's fine. So last what was this? March, right? Yeah. As of May 3rd. Hold up. Oh, no, 43.68 in April. Okay. In 2023-04. Destroying their value, right? So when this is the case, and still the opposition has been unable to convince the voters of serious change, where the president has been able to cajole and push himself into a rate of 49.5%, then all he needs to do is not lose. Again, we come back to this question, right? Like, as long as Erdogan didn't lose, he'll be fine. And this is what we see, and this is what we will continue to see, right? And oh wow, excuse me. There we go. Okay, after this sort of public section, we'll switch over to a private conversation. Oh, excuse me, about America, because I'm not. Because there are too many discrete examples and private examples I can make, but that I cannot sort of online. Yeah. What time are we? 23. In the post video private stream, we will discuss America for other things. No, for privacy reasons. Okay. Blah blah. Not lose. Right. So as long as he didn't lose this first one, he's fine for the next one, and we see that. And it is my unfortunate prediction that Erdogan will win the runoff. And, you know, this is reflected in basically everyone in the world agrees with this. If it doesn't happen, you know, I will be pleasantly surprised. I will be surprised. Okay. I will be surprised if this does not happen, and that's fine. We really don't have a lot of time to talk about Thailand, but essentially it is the same kind of thing. I did talk about on the article about how the monarchy and the military retain sort of a very firm grasp of government, and so just because the democratic parties have won in the lower house, what will happen now, right? Okay, let's go real quick into Thailand. I can't remember the party names. One is Thai, right? Yep. And the other Move Forward Party. Oh, look at this. Reuters. Leader of Thailand's Move Forward Party faces hurdles on path to power. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. So, Thai and Move. Actually, we should switch them around. Move Forward and Thai have won a outright majority, I believe. Yeah. Won a No, he didn't win outright, but they won a lot of seats in such that Move Forward will be asked to form a government first, right? And so this is the Reuters article, blah, 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 blah. They've gotten... So he's... Move Forward has proposed coalition with 5, and this is super important, right? Five parties, or what? Yeah, with 5 other parties to create a majority of the lower house. Which, yeah, of the lower house, right? The military retains a 250 seat Senate. Is it called a Senate? Blah 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 blah. Senate, yep. Senate 250 appointed. Retains 250 appointed seats in the Senate, and so, you know, like 309 out of 500 in the lower house, and the military retains 250 seats that is in the Senate, and it is, I think, this 750 seat blah 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 bum 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 bum. Yeah, okay. And so it is this combination that then votes on the prime minister. This combination votes on the prime. Yes, I realize I have like a minute left. Minister job. And so there's a whole lot of things that can still go wrong here, right? And you know, like we'll see what happens. The monarchy is hovering in the background, and there is a very strict I'm going to oh, that's not the... That is completely not what I wanted to do, but that's fine. Very strict laws in place if the king wants to deprive some stuff. And obviously the king is kind of still limited by public opinion and all of that, but I did also talk about how compared to his father, our new king is quite a bit more mercurial about his application to power. And oh, my face is gone. Oh, there it is. Okay. And so, but that doesn't mean that he cannot, right? And so, whole other question up in the air. I am not sure what will happen here. I think it's going to be it's going to be difficult. Can they do it? Hopefully. Hopefully. That's all I will say. Anyway, and that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. No. No. See, I do not run a world government. I wish I ran a world government. Maybe then you lot would be able to just like do whatever I tell you, and then we would all be much happier. Right? Go and exercise, wear some sweatpants. Yeah, go out and do some running. Get your most of you actually, you know what? So many of you have Pelotons. It's stupid. Peloton? How do you even pronounce that? Doesn't matter. What was it? 31. So many of you have Pelotons that you do not use. It is genuinely stupid. Obviously, you can't use them right now because there's a huge recall for obviously, you can't use them right now, but still. And no, that's not an excuse, because before the recall happened, none of you were using it anyway, right? Before the recall happened, none of you lot were using it either. So, shh. Anyway. Anyway, we are done for today because I do have to go. Well, not now, but I have to go in like half an hour when we're done our private broadcast. So thank you very much for watching. In conclusion, please download 5 please don't Chrome, and I shall see all of you tomorrow. Well, I shall see most of you tonight. No, I shall see most of you after this, and my face shall appear in some form or another tomorrow on YouTube. That's it. Bye.